Hi all, welcome to the CA classroom. In today's video, we'll be discussing about CPA US. This video is for those if you are interested in taking up the course CPA US. Now, we have two parts of discussion. Part 1, I'll be discussing about the exams. How many papers are there? How much should you get to pass? What are the different subjects, etc. Second part is the procedure. If you are interested in taking up CPA US, what is the procedure that I should follow to pass this exams? Now, coming to exams, this is not like CA. In CA, we have three levels: foundation, intermediate, final. Each level has some papers you have to pass, aggregate, all that. No, here they have only four papers. Only four papers. First paper is called financial reporting. Second paper is called auditing and assurance. Third paper is regulation. And the fourth paper is business environment. Now, who is eligible? What is the procedure? We'll see in the next section. Now, let's understand these four papers. In financial reporting, you will be learning about US GAAP. Like how we have Ind AS or AS in India, in US they have some reporting standards called US GAAP. In auditing and assurance, just like how we have standards in auditing here, they have something called US GAS. You will be learning and writing this exam. Coming to regulation, regulation is like a tax paper. Here you will be learning about federal laws. Federal laws, that is nothing but central taxation system of the US. In US, each state has their own tax laws. You will not be studying that in CPA US course. You will only be studying the federal law, that is the central law. Coming to business environment, this paper is a combination of various subjects. Here you will be studying little bit of corporate governance, little bit of costing, which involves standard costing, etc. Little bit of SFM, you will learn about time value of money, etc. And you will also learn a little bit of economics. Generally, students' opinion, regulation and business environment are little easier papers as compared to FRN, auditing and assurance. All the four papers are for 100 marks. And you need to get 75 out of 100 in each of these papers to pass the exam. Your exam will contain, for the total 100 marks, it is a combination of MCQ and written. Writing means you will not write in paper, you will type in the keyboard. Combination of MCQ and written. Now, in written, there will not be 5 mark, 7 mark questions. Again, here it's not like one question is equal to 1 mark or 4 marks. It's a weighted average scheme. Each question will have different marks and you will not know which question is carrying how much marks. Coming to MCQ and written, MCQs for around 50 marks. There will be around 70 MCQs. 70 MCQs that you have to answer to get this 50 marks of MCQ. Now, very important thing, out of the total 70 MCQs, around 10 to 15 MCQs will be dummy MCQs, meaning they will not carry any mark. Whether it's correct or wrong will not be counted in your evaluation. But of the total 70, we will not know which is dummy and which is correct. So you need to attempt all the 70. Coming to written questions, they call them simulation. Again, they will give around 7 to 9 simulations that you have to answer. Simulation means a case study based question. It will be an online exam where you can use Excel, Word, etc. for your computation. System will monitor whether there is any cheating or not. Again, in all these simulations, 1 to 2 simulations will be dummy simulations just to test how you handle the pressure. Now, 1 to 2 simulations dummy and 10 to 15 dummy MCQs vary subject to subject. In FR there might be 10 dummy MCQs, auditing there might be 12 dummy MCQs, depends on the paper and the attempt. So overall out of 100 you have to get 75 to pass, 50% is MCQ plus 50% is written. For each paper, time given is 4 hours of time for each of these papers. Now, how to write the exam? Should I write today one, tomorrow day one, day after one, one after that? No. I can write one today on 1st of say Jan. Then you can write the next exam on 1st of March. Then on 1st of April. Then on 1st of June. Absolutely your wish. You can schedule the exam whenever you want in the centers in the world. Normally, India does not have any center, but currently because of the pandemic, India is also having some centers where you can go and write your exam. So you will plan and schedule your exam, go write and come back, and your results will generally take 2 to 4 weeks. So this is about the structure of the exams. Another important point to note is, I passed the FR exam, but I am not able to pass auditing, regulation paper and business environment paper. For how long can I carry forward this? Just like how in CA we have something called exemption, which you can carry forward for 3 attempts. Here, once you pass an exam, within the next 15 months, you have to pass the other 3 exams. If you fail to pass all the exams within 15 months, meaning your entire 4 papers have to be scheduled and completed within 15 months. Otherwise, the exemption will be cancelled and you have to write the exam again. Now let us proceed to understand what is the procedure for CPA exams. Now let us discuss a few FAQs related to exams. First, coming to MCQs. First question, is there negative marking? No, there is no negative marking with relation to MCQs. Second, for each MCQ, will marks be allotted? For example, question number 1, question number 2 and question number 3. Can I say question number 1 carries 1 mark, question number 2 carries 1 mark and question number 3 carries 1 mark? No. We will not know what is the mark of each question. Question number 1 can carry 1.5 marks and question number 2 can carry 0.5 marks and question number 3 can carry only 0.25 marks. It depends, we can never guess the marks for each question. It is more a weighted scheme. It is more of a weighted scheme. It depends upon the performance of the whole paper. Now let us proceed to the procedure aspect of the exams. In the previous section, we have discussed about what papers you will be writing and how much you require to pass, etc. Now we are going to see what is the procedure. The very first thing is to check if you are eligible to take up this exam. For eligibility, you require 4 years of education. You need 4 years of education. Now, do they consider all the education, BCom, CA, CS as equivalent? No. For eligibility, they have something called credit system. Anybody who has 120 credits is eligible to take up the exam, and after passing the exam, you need to get 150 credits to get the license to practice, equivalent to certificate of practice. Now, what are these 120 credits? You need to apply to various states in the US. You need to choose from which state you want the license. Let's say I am choosing, I want to get my license from Arizona state. I need to check with them whether my education qualification is enough to get me 120 credits. For example, it is only for example, these are not the actual numbers because these numbers keep varying every year and state to state. Let's say you have a BCom. This qualifies for 50 credits. Let's say you are a qualified CA. This qualifies for another 30 credits. You have to check all your experience and qualification whether it totals up to 120 credits. How do I check this? For this, just like how we have ICAI, governing body in India, they have something called NASBA. You have to mail to them all your documents, your education qualifications in mail, and also you have to send them a post. So initially the first step is to mail to them and talk to them asking them, am I eligible or not. Once you are eligible, you have 120 credits, you need to send by post all your transcripts. What are transcripts? I have completed my BCom, let's say from Madras University. You have to again reach out to Madras University, get your mark sheet attested by Madras University for the purpose of CPA. They will give you a transcript. The transcript as it is, without opening the seal, you have to send it to NASBA in US. Then they will verify whether you are eligible to take the exam. This entire process will take around 2 to 3 months. Once they say you are eligible, they will give you something called NTS, known as Notice to Schedule the Exam. The minute you get NTS, Notice to Schedule the Exam, you can start scheduling the exam anywhere in the world and go and write the exam. You will go and write the exam. This process is very complicated. I do not know whether I get these credits or not. I am not able to understand. I am sending mails, they are not responding. There are a lot of challenges. Hence, there are many private academies which take care of this process. If you reach out to them, if you Google, you will find a lot of academies which are taking classes for CPA. If you reach out to them, they will help you to understand whether you have enough credits to apply for CPA or not. Once you pass the exams and once you get 150 credits, then you can practice anywhere in the world with your CPA qualification. Now let us discuss a few important FAQs related to procedure segment. First, coming to the credits part. We have already discussed that we need 120 credits to be eligible to write the exam and 150 credits to get the license. Now, example, these are not the actual numbers. Example, let's say your UG degree, let's say BCom, in one particular state is going to carry 60 credits, then in some other state it might carry 70 or 50 credits. For example, CA qualification has some credits in the state of Arizona, but some other states in US do not recognize CA as a qualification. How do we know about these details? You need to write a mail as explained in the previous section. Coming to the last part, the fees. Now, I would want to break up fees into two parts. What you actually pay to the US CPA people and your additional fees which you have to incur. Coming to US CPA, there are 4 subjects. For each subject, in terms of dollars, it is $565. So if you are going to pass all the 4 subjects in the very first attempt, then you will pay 565 into 4, which is equal to $2260. This is roughly around 1,70,000 in Indian rupees. This is what you have to pay to write the exams. If you fail an attempt, again you have to pay 565 for each subject. Travel cost. Usually the exams will be conducted, closest center to Chennai is Dubai, but however, because of the COVID pandemic, we have centers in India also, in all the metros. So you have to travel to the center and come back. Tomorrow, next year, we do not know if India will be a center. Assume India is a center, then your travel cost will be less. If India is not a center, then let's say you are going to travel to Dubai to write your exam. Then you should also take into account the money you will spend to go to Dubai, stay in Dubai, write your exams and travel back to India. So this is an additional cost which you have to incur to get your CPA qualification. So this is about CPA. Thank you all for watching the video.